Hello, this is Mr. Calzone425, and as you can see today we're going to be playing some more Space Engineers on the Shadecrest public server. Now, it's been a little while since we were last on, and there have been some major changes, so things are going to get a little interesting as we log in today. We're going to see that they've also added a bunch of new mods, or different mods you could say. I was playing for a little while Thaddeus has been doing his streaming and recording, but I stopped for a bit for a family vacation. Having come back from that, I decided to launch back into the recordings of episodes of this and probably a few other games as well. I may be recording some Kerbal Space Program and or a few other games as well. I'll get to those later as they come up, but right now we're going to be taking a look at the Shadecrest public server and starting over again, which is something you have to do a lot in Space Engineers. The updates sometimes break the world saves, sometimes break servers. Either way, we're going to be taking a look at things in the Shadecrest public server. As you can see, it has the dedicated Essentials client-side mod, which I've never used before and don't know a whole lot about. There's the Letters mod, which is very useful and handy. Those resources don't take very much to build, but it's very useful. Lettering is a handy thing. You can make nice signs and be able to find your way around your bases and your ships much easier. Now, the automated inventory sorting is also something I've never used before. It's a mod I've heard of, but haven't seen anything of. So we'll see how well that works here in a little while. Also, the laser turret mod. One I've never really used, but I have seen other people using it. Apparently it is just like the Gatling gun turret, except that it has a retexture and reskin that makes it look more like a laser turret, and it still has its own kind of ammunition, which is essentially identical to Gatling gun ammunition. Which means that while looking cooler, it doesn't necessarily change any of the gameplay mechanics at all. Now, the skybox, Some Blue Clouds, is a well-known skybox. It's a very nice one, very clean. It unfortunately does have a little bit of boxiness to its image, so you can, sometimes if you look fairly closely, you can see the corners where the three edges of the skybox meet up. But that's if you're really paying attention to the skybox. Most of the time, it serves just fine. Now, the mining colony respawn ships, I don't know what those are. Those were added along with the dedicated Essentials client-side mod just a little while ago. I look forward to finding out what they do and how they work. Now, one of the big downsides of this server at the moment is that it has just gone through some modifications. These mods, adding, subtracting. The world size has apparently changed a little bit, as well as some of the internal settings. We do know that me and Parker had established a fairly good-sized base within the server, but due to the recent changes and rollbacks, it is gone, unfortunately. Parker was able to get a BSP copy of it, so we may be able to use a projector to rebuild it, but until then, we're going to have to start completely over. So, with little further ado, let's join the game.